Today we're in Oaxaca, Mexico, and I'm thinking a lot about the religious life and traditions and heritage of this place. 2 days ago we were at Monte Albán, which was a massive civilization that existed from the year 500 BC to the year 800 AD. The people left the place, and no one really knows for sure why they abandoned those structures there. But it's an extraordinary place where they leveled the tops of mountains, built massive pyramids. We know from certain features that they were built with the astronomy, the stars in mind, but we don't know very much about the practices of religion. We know that there's a ball court there. We know that the ball game they played was with a rubber ball that was bigger than a basketball, and that people hit it with their hips. We know that it was likely that they did not practice the kinds of human sacrifice that we associate with the Aztec religions later. But that Zapotec religion, it was a massive thing, and the remains of it are still visible to us today, but we know so little about it. I'm also thinking about the two massive structures in downtown Oaxaca. One was the monastery, which is now a beautiful art museum, high walls, Santo Domingo Church, extraordinary and beautiful place. And the other was the convent, the place for nuns where women religious live. And that place has been turned into a beautiful hotel. And both these things happened after the 1860s, when the monasteries were dissolved here. And those places for many years were left empty, were falling apart. They were used for many other different purposes, like prisons and palaces and civic buildings. But religious life has changed so much between then and now. And then this week also, I was talking to a new friend of mine, and he made a very strong point of saying, I'm no longer Catholic. And the reason he said that is, he said that he felt like the Catholicism he grew up with was a religion that told him always what to do, what to think. It was a religion that didn't treat him with very much respect. He became a kind of born-again Protestant, and he learned instead to look to the Bible as being the sign where he could find God's word. And it meant that he restructured his life. He stopped drinking alcohol, and he became much more devoted to taking care of his family, being a support to his wife and children. I keep thinking about all these different epochs, the religious life, and all these three different ages. We know so little about the Zapotec religion that was headquartered at Monte Albán. We know a little bit more about the monasteries and what it was like to be a monk or a nun here. But each different period left its mark on our current time. And I think of my friend, and what's going to be left after his death is going to be stronger family and human relations, connections between each other. I don't know where you are in your efforts to try to understand your spiritual life, but I know that our spiritual selves, that's a crucial part of our life. It always has been for human beings, and it always will be. The way that spirituality finds expression will be different in each generation. But this is our chance to build something lasting in our relationships with one another, perhaps even in the buildings that we leave behind, as a sign of God's love for us and as a sign for the possibilities of new hope for the future. My name is Malcolm Clemens Young. I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. Thanks for watching More Good News.